Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. Today, it appears we were right on the money. I don't know if this is exactly correct, but we've got a starting price or an MSRP label of the Monroney sticker of a brand new Tesla Model Y. This might be a misprint. I mean, it doesn't know if this like takes a look at it. I mean, it's kind of interesting for sure. I mean, what we'll do is we'll take a look at it, dissect it, zoom in on it, and see and take a look at the MSRP label for this brand new Tesla Model Y. So we're going to get into that, plus a variety of topics. But before we do that, let's roll that intro really quick. All right, so thanks for watching another stream. Thanks for watching another video. My name is Dennis, and I love talking about Tesla deal hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on Tesla at the best financing rate. So definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested, and definitely check out my Patreon link down below in the description where you can support the channel and get access to the ultimate Tesla buying guide out there with all the best interest rates for financing a new or used Tesla. And today's live stream is partnered with Mint Mobile, where you can save money on your mobile phone plan for as low as $15 a month, but more on that later. So this can't be right, but actually when taking a look at this, I guess this says actually 5990, and I guess my mental brain thought 49990 because that's what I really think is going to be the price of the new Tesla Model Y. Because if we take a look at the history books and look at pricing for when the old Model Y long range all-wheel drive was, it was 47990. But let's take a look at this together and we'll dissect all the different things here and try and figure out if this is actually the real price or is this some massive typo here. So Drive Tesla posted this. It seemed like someone found a launch series Model Y, which is the one on the left side, and a regular dual motor long range all-wheel drive, presumably a non-launch Model Y out in the wild. And what's cool with this is that the Model Y non-launch had an MSRP Monroney label. And if we zoom into this, I mean, we can try and get as close as we can, but maybe we actually can't. So let me see if I can do some sleuthing here and actually get really close to see if we can zoom in. But if we zoom in all the way, we can start to see some of the pricing here and what's included and what isn't included. So like 25990 long range all-wheel drive, we got $2,000 Helix rim package. We've got the Model Y starting at $34,000, and of course we got full self-driving on top of that with this at $8,000. So if we take a look at the calculator here and try and add all of that up to try and figure out what pricing this actually is, this doesn't make any sort of sense at all. Actually, 25990 plus $34,000 plus $8,000 plus $2,000, and that gives us 69,990. And so this makes no sense at all, but maybe this gives us some insight because like, okay, so of course full self-driving, $8,000, stealth gray is going to be a free option. Helix rims, I mean $2,000 for Helix rims, that could make a lot of sense as well. But then what's throwing me off, or what's really making me get confused here, is like the base Model Y price at $34,000 and then the long range all-wheel drive at $25,990, because if you add both of those together, that makes it a starting price of $59,990, which is the price of the non-launch series. So I don't know if this is like some sort of typo, or I mean, it can't be that a Model Y long range non-launch is going to be at this type of price. But you can see here, like, it doesn't say anywhere here that this is the launch series. I mean, it just says Model Y long range all-wheel drive. I mean, if we can take a look here, onboard charger, J1772 adapter, mobile connector. I mean, I guess because of the mobile connectors included, maybe this is the launch series Tesla Model Y that which just in weirdly labeled, it's not launch series at all. So I guess that could make a lot of sense, that maybe this is just a launch series that didn't have the badging. It didn't have the actual launch series on the Monroney label, the sticker, and maybe that's what it could be, because that's what some people might be thinking, but it doesn't say that. It says here, so like Drive Tesla or Neuralink wrote this, pretty sure that's a launch series, and Drive Tesla said the one on the right has no launch series badge. The Monroney sticker is also showing an extra charge for wheels and full self-driving. These were all included in the launch series. And so I don't know. Let me know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. I still think that the price of the new Model Y is going to be a little bit more expensive than the older generation Model Y. And I want to know what your thoughts on it, if there's going to be a bigger increase or not. Shout out to Nicholas LT. COLIT for the Canada sticker, because there was some sleuthing done to see that some of the different parts or some of the different things are going to get affected by the US tariffs. US tariffs impact of the Tesla Model Y will not be trivial, just like how Elon said. 35% of parts content from China, 20% from Mexico, an undisclosed amount from Canada. And of course, there is some like trade agreement with like NACS. So I guess we have to wait and see if there's going to be like some sort of price increase for the Tesla Model Y. But let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. I think I'm going to go ahead and change that thumbnail because it's actually 59990, which I don't know. Maybe I'm just going to strike and redo a completely different thumbnail for that because it just doesn't make any sort of sense why this thumbnail or why this MSRP Monroney label, which is supposed to be like a more accurate government type of paper, I want to say, right? Because there's laws around this stuff, is showing all these different prices and without it showing like a launch series or anything like that. But let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. In other interesting news on the Tesla app, there was an update and it's also showing Tesla Diner now. So it seems like that Los Angeles Diner is almost near completion and they're starting to add that to the app of the Tesla app and everything. And shout out to Tesla owners, San Joaquin Valley. Sorry if I messed it up. I didn't realize if you had to get your Cybertruck windshield replaced, it takes what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 techs to throw it on with the exception cups and types of things. Maybe this is just because it's like the first one that they did. They didn't want to mess it up. So they wanted the whole team out there with it. But let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. We're going to jump into the next topic. Now that you've ordered your brand new Tesla Model Y Juniper, it's time to take it to the next level. That's where our partner Jawa comes into play here. Jawa has everything you need from phone mounts, mobile connectors, center consoles that I highly recommend to fit the new Model Y and every Tesla vehicle out there. And on top of that, you can use our promo code down below in the description to save even more money. And the best part is there's free shipping if you reach over a certain limit. My top 3 accessories that I recommend is a phone mount. It's super crucial that can charge your phone. A center console is highly recommended as well because a Tesla does not come with it at all. And my newest favorite accessory is the invisible under mount sunglass holder area storage area that also has a camera mount as well. So why wait for Tesla to make these accessories? Get yours now at Jawa, link down below in the description, and save some money and support the channel while you're at it. Thank you to Jawa for partnering with us, and let's get on to the next video. Thanks for that, everyone. Let's see who's dropped by today. We've got, and I'll leave this massively expensive window sticker showing up. And yes, we do have a window sticker on our Tesla Model Y launch series. I'm going to go out here. Oh, it's actually our Model Y is getting wrapped right now, and we're supposed to pick it up tomorrow. Fingers crossed. Shout out to Austin at AimWrap. And then maybe I'll go check the window sticker because it's in my trunk or in the glove box. Blueberry, thanks for coming in. Tesla Tim, great to see you. Money Jam, great to see you. Betty, great to see you. Core Gaming, Michael Lopez, great to see you. Joseph, Tom, and Robert Cruz, thank you all for dropping by. Thanks for hitting the like button, the comments, and everything. And also, we've got a new podcast. So if you want to check out our brand new podcast, it's actually, we're posting in the podcast section of our YouTube channel. And on top of that, it's on Spotify as well. And so here, I'll give you guys the link of our new podcast. Feel free to, or if you could do us a favor, hit that like button on it, maybe give it a listen, give us some feedback as well in the comment section on what your thoughts are, or maybe save it for later as well. So that'd be a nice thing. And shout out to Amber for partnering with us on our podcast. If you don't know who Amber is, instead of paying expensive money for a Tesla warranty, you can actually pay month to month. And there was one person that saved like $1,800 with like an AC condenser replacement. And so it's well worth it. So definitely get a quote for a month to month warranty for your Tesla, whether it's used, new, or whatever it is, down below in the description, and use our link and promo code to get an extra discount as well. And if you're wondering who this is on our podcast, his name is Chip. Me and Chip we used to work together a long time ago, and we've known each other for a good amount of time. And he actually runs a hybrid electric vehicle, plug-in hybrid sales, used car dealership, and service department. He actually can fix battery electric vehicles. And so he's got some really good insight. And I think it balances out between the two of us because, of course, I'm hyper focused on, new Tesla, used Teslas, and he's focused on selling used Teslas and also repairing and fixing used Teslas. So really cool stories in there. And of course, we're going to try and keep this weekly for the podcast. So if you could just go out there and hit the like button, support, and everything. And thank you all for the support. In this next topic, Tesla has updated their service menu within the Tesla vehicles and made some service mode improvements. Just a little bit of a TLDR or FYI, if you've got a Tesla vehicle, here is all the different ones. So within the service mode release notes, there is a new HVAC panel. Of course, that only applies to the Cybertruck. There is an HV high voltage battery panel update. Move to the state of health routine because now you can actually test your own state of battery health if you want to. There's a window panel update, rear defrost routine, I guess if you want to test that. There's seats panel updates, cabin radar, and seat center. Interesting because the new Model Y has the 4D radar, which can scan the interior of your Tesla vehicle, which I really feel like is going to be a benefit. I haven't tested it yet, but one thing that annoys me is that when we're driving around and my backpack is in the front seat, and the older Teslas, because it would feel like it's too heavy, think someone's in there, and would just keep beeping constantly to buckle the seatbelt. But there's also another cool seatbelt trick that we learned pretty recently. If you want like the rear AC to be constantly running, buckle that rear seatbelt. And so that's perfect for like if you got dogs, cats, whoever you want to bring along. We got brake panel update gateway configurations. Sounds interesting. Steering panel update gateway configurations as well. I guess if you want to try and figure out some different things there. Service mode update, media source switches to Bluetooth. We got charging panel update, charge port ECU reset routine, and noise panel update, move to tools, and a coolant panel update, coolant purge status indicator. A lot of these are way over my head, but really cool to see. And maybe we'll ask Chip which each of these means because he knows what each of these means on our podcast as well. But let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. We're going to jump into the live stream comments. But if you're just joining in, welcome. We've got our first spotting of a Model Y non-launch series all-wheel drive it's got the window sticker. And so this is an interesting one. This is not a launch series. You can see from this picture that Tesla Canada posted, we've got the launch series on the left side, but on the right side, it just appears to be a dual motor Tesla Model Y. And so very interesting to see because, we've got some different options cost. So even though the MSRP is sky high at $59,990, I mean, actually, this just doesn't make any sort of sense even at all, because why would this be a $71K Tesla Model Y? Because if this was a launch series window sticker, it would just say $59,990 at the bottom and it wouldn't add all these different options. And so this really just doesn't make any sort of sense. It's charging for all these different, I mean, what this does give us is a little bit of insight into how much these options will be. Like Helix rims, $2,000. So I guess if you bought that launch series, if you already took delivery and you didn't get that 20-inch rims, you might have shafted yourself on that because we don't know if the 19-inch rims are going to be $1,000 or free. We've got the long range price at $25,990. I mean, that'd be sick if we can get a new Model Y long range at $25,990, but that definitely won't be the case. Base Model Y price at $34,000. Black interior included. That makes sense because it's going to be free. So actually, there's a lot to dissect from this, even though the MSRP and the pricing is completely wrong. I mean, full self-driving, $8,000. We know that. And stealth gray free. I mean, that's kind of a given because of the Model Y and all the other Tesla vehicles. It's already free. But I mean, at the same time, like if you're new to this, there was times before in the past in which, white and gray were the free color and they changed it interchangeably. And so this does give us some insight. So if you like the stealth gray color, there's a good chance it still will be free in the future. We got 5-seat interior also included as well. But yeah, this just doesn't make any sort of sense to me because even if this was a launch series sticker, it wouldn't be $71,000 unless is this like a Canada sticker, like a Canada market sticker? But I mean, no, because then it wouldn't have like National Highway Transportation sticker here, like because Canada doesn't care about our National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and also the EPA, Fuel Government Gov, and all these different things. But yeah, let us know. I mean, let me know what do you think about what this all means and why this is all here. Get rid of the badges. A clean look is better. Betty, yes. Well, I'm going to keep the launch series badge because I kind of like the look of it. But yeah, like the dual motor and all that other stuff and get rid of it. Core Gaming, I wish they would just release the non-launch already. I assume next week, perhaps. Yeah, I think it's going to be next week as Well, Michael, if somehow $34,000 is the price of the Model Y, I am in. Yeah, 100%. That would be sick. And Denny, you're the goat. No, thank you. Thank you for dropping by. Thanks for hitting the like button, the comments, and everything. Yeah, if the Model Y was $34,000, that would be a slick deal. But I mean, there was some Model Ys that were sold in these past couple weeks at clearance prices. I still remember that Model Y Performance for brand new for $34,000, especially when you stack on a Tesla referral code, just like the one down below in the description. You can save some extra money off of a Tesla vehicle. Was the model Monroney sticker included in your Model Y? Yes, Joseph, it is on. It's actually technically supposed to be included on any Tesla vehicle or any vehicle you buy. Mr. Emoji, thanks for the subscribing. Tom, can you transfer the FSD from the launch edition when you get a new Tesla? So I don't think so. Or, I mean, technically, if Tesla brings back the transfers of the full self-driving, then maybe. But at this moment, I don't think that's going to be the case. Betty, I missed the podcast. I will watch it tomorrow. No, thank you, Betty. It's on Spotify and also YouTube as well. What's the MSRP of the base non-launch? I mean, according to this, it's 59,990, which doesn't make any sort of sense at all. And so, I mean, that's, we could take this for whatever it is. It's posted by Tesla, but we know what we can piece from this is that the base MSRP is not correct here. But what we can piece is that Helix rims will cost $2,000 and full self-driving will be $8,000 and stealth gray will be free. That's what we can find out. Like the clickbait, or did they drop the price? I mean, this is a price that was dropped on a window sticker, but we don't know how accurate it could be because, I mean, I feel like when you put stuff on a window sticker, it's like it's not a government piece of paper, but I feel like there's rules to this stuff. And I mean, who knows? I don't know. We're not the expert on that. Robert, I have been looking at a 25K used Model Y or a new base Model Y. I mean, if you qualify for the $4,000 used EV tax credit, Robert, I would say go for the used one because that is going to be a better deal, hands down. In this next topic, Tesla analysts are expecting lower Q1 delivery production and delivery numbers, and also yearly numbers as well. But before we get into the quarter numbers, take a look at this post from Troy. Hi everyone, analyst consensus for Tesla full year deliveries has dropped from 1.9 million vehicles to 1.85 since my tweet below on March 23rd. Here is the latest. My estimate below 1.68 million vehicles worldwide. The analyst consensus is 1.85. Tesla target is 1.79. Total 2024 delivers at 1.79 million units. A year ago today, my 2024 estimate was 91,000 units higher, and analyst consensus was 252,000 units higher than what actually happened last year. Because if you look worldwide, Tesla is facing some headwinds. From what it feels like at this moment, US is interesting. I don't know if we'd call it lower than what's expected, but it is still very interesting because I feel like the buyer and the demographic is changing. China seems like it's on fire with all the different incentives. Like they got 0% on the brand new Model Y and they're doubling down and they keep selling vehicles. Europe, though, seems to be massively struggling. I mean, we talked about headlines like 60, 50, 70% year over year decreases. And so they've got to figure out that solution. And maybe that's why the smaller Tesla vehicle is the solution from that. But in terms of Q1 delivery consensuses, here are all the different numbers. Whole Mars catalog thinks it's too high, but delivery numbers will probably be closer to 350,000 units. But we got Model 3, Model Y deliveries up here at the top here, 351,000 or 352,000 units. Total deliveries 377,000 units. And so, I mean, delivery numbers will be coming out very soon within this next week or so, and that will give us some insight because if Tesla misses and doesn't sell or produce what they are expected in terms of like the Wall Street analysts in the numbers and things like that, maybe we will start to see some bigger and better incentives as we get into the next year. But let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. We're going to jump into the live stream comments. Robert, I might even get a Model 3. Any advice the year over another? I would say just try and get the latest one, 2022, 2023 at this point. 2023 is also qualify for the tax credit. Canada dollars are more than the dollar. Yes, 100%. Dalton, is it more expensive than the outgoing Model Y? I'm out. I would say, Dalton, there is a high chance that the Model Y, the new one, the Juniper non-launch refresh, will be higher, more expensive than the older outgoing one. My personal prediction is $2,000 more expensive, but let us know what you think. Tom, would you recommend trading in with Tesla when buying the new Model Y, or should I sell it elsewhere? Tom, great question. It depends on your state. If there's a trade-in tax credit, you do want to factor that in to see if it actually makes sense. If there is a trade-in tax credit, then you'll want to do the math. More than likely, you will get more money if you sell it privately or other dealerships like those mom and pop used car dealerships. They usually tend to give the most money, but you got to make sure that they are a good business because, there's also risk of them not actually paying or issuing you the check, so you want to make sure they got good reviews. But that's my recommendation, or even Facebook Marketplace. I love shopping or selling on Facebook Marketplace for used vehicles because then you can try and find people. And depending on the price of the vehicle you're selling, like if it's in the $10,000 range, there's a good amount of people that can buy in that budget, and they'll just come and give you cash. Once you get higher to like 20, 25, 30, then more people want to finance it. It might not be worth the hassle, and I'd rather just sell it directly to like a CarMax or a used dealer, or even trade in if there's a trade-in tax credit. Coco, I just arrived. What is happening? We've got a leak or a spotting of a Model Y non-launch series window sticker Monroney label. So if you don't know what that is, this is a US type of label that shows all the different options, all the different features on a Model Y long range all-wheel drive. And what we can piece from this, because this is not from a launch series, it's from a long range all-wheel drive. We've got interesting pricing here on the right side. We've got $2,000 for the Helix rims. I mean, that we could assume. We've got $8,000 for full self-driving. That makes a ton of sense. Stealth Gray is free. 5-seater is also free, but the base prices do not match up, because even though this price is sky high, way higher than a launch series, this is like a completely loaded out, triple decked out launch series if you think about it, because the launch series includes all these different things, but it's $59,990. And so for this to be even higher at $71,000, this makes absolutely no sense at all. Zachary, don't forget the other part of the window sticker. Canada tariffs have an influence on that price. Yeah, 100%. So we've got sourcing from the parts and everything. This is going to, so are you thinking, no, that would be terrible. Interesting. So, Zachary, I think what you're trying to say here, this could be the price of a new Model Y with tariffs price increases. There's no way they're that quick. I mean, Tesla's quick, but if a launch series is basically $69,990 with tariffs built in, then I don't even want to know what a long range all-wheel drive base one would be. That would be insane, actually, if you think about it. Like, is this a leaked Monroney sticker of Tesla Model Y with tariff prices baked in? I mean, that could be, I think a lot of you watching right now would not be buying a Model Y if that's the case. And if that is the case, a launch series right now seems like a massively slick deal. I mean, let us know what you think on that if that's the case. Remember, the ad for the long range all-wheel drive is crazy. When you go to buy a Tesla, do they offer an extended warranty? I've never heard of anything like that. Bobby, they don't have an extended warranty like straight up when you're buying it, but within the app, after you buy it, there is like a $2,000 to $3,000 warranty that you can pay for that extends your warranty. And there's also like wheel and tire and all these other different things. But hey, how does Performance Boost work? Can you feel the difference? You actually can. And is it worth $2,000? Debatable, because like if you're paying $2,000, then most likely you could have jumped up to like the Model Y Performance, because that's like typically the spread if you look at inventory prices. But at this moment, it really depends on what you're looking at and if it's worth it for you. So congrats on buying your Tesla, or you're about to just buy your Tesla. But now here's the second most exciting part. That's accessories. And there's a ton of accessories out there, probably even way too much. And I try and bucket it into the top 3 accessories that you can get. And that's going to be phone mounts, all-weather floor mounts, and center consoles. A good set of all-weather floor mounts is probably my #1 recommendation. And I've got a bunch of links and discount codes to all the accessories that I recommend down below in the description and on our best deal spreadsheet on page 2. Check out out this one from Jawa that we use on all of our Teslas, linked down below, or their center console, which I also use on all of our Teslas as well. A must-have because Tesla doesn't come with a center console. But my number one accessory I recommend is going to be all-weather floor mats, and I bucket it from 3 different options: good, better, and best. The good ones are going to be the ones that you find on Amazon. Better is going to be the ones from like Tasmanian. But my favorite, all-time favorite that we have on our Model X and Model 3 Performance currently is going to be a set of all-weather floor mats by 3W Liners. If you use our promo code down below in the description, you'll find that the price of these floor mats are pretty in line with some of the other ones at a much higher quality material. So thank you to everybody that's used our links to support the channel, and let's get on to the next topic. Thanks for that, everyone. In this next topic, California car buyers are about to be hit with a higher tax rate for buying a vehicle, and it's about to get more expensive depending on, doesn't matter actually, depending on where you actually live, on what type of vehicle or any vehicle that you're getting, depending on your city. In case you missed this, on April 1st, sales tax is going up in a lot of different cities in California. You can see the list here. This is actually on California Department of Tax and Fee Administration. And some of them, you know, they're not bad. Like you're going from 10.25 to 10.5. But like city of Akata, no idea where that is, 8.5% sales tax going up to 10.25%. And if you're wondering, when you buy a vehicle, like when you buy a Tesla vehicle in California, yes, you are paying 10.25% sales tax on the purchase price of the vehicle. So if you're buying a Model Y that's 40, 50K, you're paying that 10%. Or that type of like what, $4,000 on the actual price of the sales tax of it. So look at this, Artesia going from 9.5 to 10.5. The list goes on and on of all these different cities. And so, I mean, when they talk about fees and cost of living in California is more expensive, it's like these type of things that add up to all of it out there. And if you want to look at like the average sales tax across the nation, it's probably like what, 6-7%. We used to be in like other states where, yeah, it was like 6% of the purchase price of the vehicle. And this is where like leasing could make more sense in certain areas, like in California, because leasing, you only pay the sales tax on the payment instead of the full price of the vehicle. And so that could make sense. But the list goes on and on with all these different areas, all these different cities that are getting a sales tax raise. And so just an FYI. And so like if you're waiting to buy a vehicle, well, the sales tax has just gone up just a little bit. But we're going to jump into the live stream comments. Baked. Those were the same prices on my launch series sticker, but full self-driving and all upgrades were included. Yeah, 100%. So that makes sense to me in terms of like it said included. But what's not making sense to me is the different fees or the different costs of all these different options that are added on, like the Helix rims for $2,000. And this right here in the bottom right area, MSRP or total vehicle price, $71,380. And so, I mean, are they just putting that on there to throw people off? Or is this like a build that just got built and this is already including tariff increases? If that's the case, this Model Y launch series will probably fly off the shelf because that's older prices. But I mean, that's up for, I guess we'll find out next week. Zachary, if the Model Y launch series, non-launch series gets released next week. Zachary, 70% tariff on US and 25% from Mexico for that June, but though the tariff impacts are on the lower left in the bench since it's Canadian. Yeah, so we can see here of the different vehicle part content, 70% and 20%. So I guess we'll see how this actually happens. Betty, how does purchasing a Tesla buyback work? Betty, basically how that works is you got to work with the service department and then they will submit the case for you and then you'll go from there if they approve it. Norris, yes, he's right. Who's right? Money, yikes. What would a Model Y Performance, I mean, if the long range all-wheel drive is $71,000, a Model Y Performance could be like almost $100. Yes, the launch series is a massive deal. Yeah, Norris, I mean, if this is the case for a long range all-wheel drive, hopefully it's not. That would really kill Model Y sales because I'm not sure we're in for a 20, what is this? Like, I mean, if we back this out, yeah, it's like a $15,000 shocker at this point. if you add on all these different things. Chris, Elon has to make his money. I mean, Tesla as a company has to make their money. Core, regardless of the tariffs, I'm still holding out for the non-launch Model Y, just no use for full self-driving and boost for me personally. If it makes the price insane, like more than launch edition, then no. Yeah, 100%. I mean, full self-driving actually is usable. So if you're someone that drives like an hour to 2 hours a day, like we actually do sometimes, then full self-driving could have ROI because you get a lot of that time back, like maybe 70 to 80%. You get to do other things with it. I mean, you're still paying attention, of course, but certainly there's a true ROI there. And that's my pitch with that. Zachary, the launch series in Canada on the sticker is $87,000, I believe. Yeah. So this is definitely a USA window sticker, and it is showing $71,000 for a long range all-wheel drive. The look on your face when you believe tariffs might be in play in the MSRP was priceless, Jason. I mean, it could be, right? Because date of manufacture 325. This is a more recent one. Now I want to do some more sleuthing. Like, hey guys, like people out there with Tesla Model Y VINs, like where are you at? And did this one just come off the truck like last week or like a day before, like on Friday? And did they already have this stuff priced in? Who knows? Jim, I think the picture of the Model Y at the beginning was also in Aliso Viejo, like so California, right? Oh yeah, launch series in California, and I guess this was coming from Fremont, so it wouldn't be that quick, right? Damn, so Legacy was a good idea if that's the price. Or Legacy is definitely. I mean, as we were saying before, like Legacy Model Y, if you can get $8,000 off and you're paying cash, it's a good deal. You might as well get that, drive it for like a year or 2, 3 years, and then wait for the Juniper to get some discounts and deals because that is definitely going to happen. Choco, you said the non-launch would be coming out next week. You said that the non-launch would be coming out about the next week. I think so. I think at this point, non-launch is going to be in the next couple of weeks. I think it's going to be before the next earnings call, which the next earnings call could be April 15th to April 25th, at least according to like Google. You know, we should ask Grok when's the next earning call. We're back to pandemic prices on Tesla, Norris. I mean, we're back to pandemic prices on all vehicles, not just Tesla. New price better be $35K. Deborah, fingers crossed. I'm hoping it is. Ryan, I cannot see how Tesla will be the best-selling car this year with these prices. Well, the thing is, Ryan, if all vehicles get price increases due to the tariffs, then Tesla might still be the slick deal because let's say, I mean, BMW has already released prices that some of the prices are already going up $2,000 to $3,000. I mean, not $15,000 like this, but you know, you never know. YOLO, performance it is, Money Jam, yeah, later this year. What's up with the Vaseline in your car? It's my wife's. Jim, I think this is the Aliso Tesla parking lot. Oh, I see, like the dealership of the Aliso Vallejo. Nice. Yeah, I guess that would make sense. But let us know what your thoughts on it is. Let us know what you're thinking. And of course, if you're buying a Tesla or you just bought a Tesla, don't forget about this one accessory that does not come with your Tesla vehicle, and that is all-weather floor mats. Our channel partner 3W Liners is my favorite set of floor mats at the moment, and we've got them on our Model 3 X and also Cybertruck and Model Y as well. I really like them because, and I've tried them all. I've tried like the 3D Mats USA ones, the Tasmania ones, Amazon ones, tons of Amazon ones, and my favorite set by far is going to be 3W Liners. So definitely check it out. And if you use our promo code down below in the description, you can save 25% off, which is higher than this. And the set of mats is under $100, which is really nice. But thanks for jumping in, everybody. Thanks for supporting. And on top of that, we've got a new podcast that was released and everything. So if you would be so kind and support the channel, go ahead and hit the like button, maybe do a little subscribe action. We're on Spotify and YouTube as well. But thanks for watching, everybody. Please hit that like, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.